We kind of live by this idea, this motto, that everyone has a story to tell. If you've heard that adage, journalists give a voice to the voiceless, it's kind of nonsense. Everyone has a voice. They just might need a platform on which to amplify it. So at Amplify Utah, we believe that this work is one voice, one story at a time can make a huge difference.
1, 2, 3, Voices Amplify!
I had been working in newsrooms in Utah and California, North Carolina, New York for a long time. And one thing that I always saw was this gap in stories from students, from young people that both tapped into their perspective, but also shared things about their world, things that we might not normally hear in a newsroom working as professionals. And when I started teaching full-time, those two things kind of came together where I realized we could tap into all of this incredible work that students are already doing, work with local media partners to publish that, and share stories that are typically going uncovered in our local news landscape. So we started publishing student work in the spring of 2021, and in the 4 years since, we've been able to publish nearly 200 stories of student work across all of our projects, from the story room, which are the stories that are available for our media partners to pick up and publish, to the projects that we've done in partnership with KRCL, with PBS Utah and the Utah College Media Collaborative. We've worked, of course, with the Salt Lake Tribune, with Voices of Utah at the University of Utah, and beyond. Of those stories, we've been able to publish the work of 80 different students from Logan to St. George, really making this a statewide project.
I think that we're into now 4 courses, or at least years, that we've worked together. And each time I'm always amazed at how the students rise to the occasion. And when we really turn them loose, whether it's hosting the show and preparing for that, or crafting stories with a community partner, or going out on a certain subject and bringing back a profile piece, they've embraced the opportunity. It's always a scary thing to take that first leap into a story, but the thing I've always loved and told everyone is that you have permission to ask any question you want.
They can capture stories of teachers or educators working with limited resources. They capture stories of how water disparities affect different populations. So Amplify has really taken it on as a mission to capture stories that haven't been told, maybe are coming through muted areas or areas where the media hasn't entered, or in some ways, historically underserved populations that just haven't been able to have their voices amplified.
So we had a pretty big gap in what was going on in community colleges, and Amplify students were eager to dive in that space. And I think that was a public service, a good that was shared now with many more people through the Tribune's channels. And the other thing I would say Amplify did really well was to help people understand and see the joy in communities that weren't theirs. News can be fun, and news can also be joyful, and that we can uplift and celebrate the good, even as we look to hold those empowered to account.